WVU offensive lineman who started over 30 games in his career has indicated that he is retiring from football. Let's go. What's going on, Mountaineer Nation? Jordan Cruz back here with the Country Roads Webcast. And before I get into this video, I just want to give you guys a quick reminder, if you would, do us a favor, hit that like button for us on this video. That'll really help its performance and help future videos performances here on the channel. And if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Helps us, helps you, helps get more of this Mountaineer sports content out to Mountaineer Nation. And as always, one of the best ways to help us here at the Country Roads Webcast is to visit our merch store, which is linked in the description down below. Get you a Country Roads Webcast hat, shirt, sticker, you name it. You can find anything with the CRW logo there on it. And it's one of the best ways to support us as we continue to try and grow the Country Roads Webcast community throughout Mountaineer Nation. Having said that, let's get into it. All right. So, kind of amid all the news that's been breaking with West Virginia football and in regards to the West Virginia athletics program, there is something that may have kind of got lost, in the shuffle that I definitely wanted to bring up and address because I think it was kind of bigger news. And, if there wouldn't have been a lot of other news going on, it may have been more extensively. And that was West Virginia offensive lineman James Gmiter, who we haven't seen since, I believe, the Texas Tech game. I think he may have been with an injury. And, since then, lost up there, which is the worst part of the situation. And we really hate to hear, throughout Mountaineer Nation. I hope he knows the Mountaineer Nation really supports him and, are praying for him and his family in that time and send our condolences. But James Gmiter, who played in, 39 games throughout his Mountaineer career, started 31 of them. So started over 30 games along the Mountaineer offensive line, really become a mainstay there at that left guard position, has since been filled in at that Texas Tech game by Thomas Remick, and he was done an admirable job. But James Gmiter announced on Twitter a day following West Virginia's win over Oklahoma, actually, that it appears he is retiring from football. Don't believe he will be returning to the Mountaineer football program. Let me go ahead and pull up his actual Twitter here, share the screen with you guys, and let you guys see this tweet for yourself. Get it right from him instead of me describing it to you, so that way you can read it for yourself. But here we are. Let me see. Okay. As you see here, it's actually pinned on his Twitter. If you go to his Twitter, they're at James R. Gmiter. Got, with a picture. I'm sure a lot of you guys seen this as well, and I'm sure sent your well wishes. But I'm going to miss this game. Thank you for everything, with a broken heart emoji and then the blue heart. So you hate to hear that. You don't know if it's because the injuries, that he suffered. I'm sure along with, the loss he suffered in his personal life maybe led to this. He's also a father. I believe he has a couple of kids and is married. So maybe just wants to move on, to that aspect of his life and to that chapter of his life. But wish him well with whatever he decides to do. And of course, as we always say, once a Mountaineer, always a Mountaineer. But as you see, even in the bio here, husband, father of two, former WVU football player. It even says in the bio. So it seems like it's pretty official, pretty well done that he will not be returning to the Mountaineers. So you hate to lose a starting offensive lineman. The bright side is Thomas Remick's done a great job filling in. But, I just want to use this video to kind of address James Gmiter, leaving the Mountaineer football program, but more so to say thank you to James Gmiter for all he did for the Mountaineers while he was here, starting over 30 games, I think performing, admirably at times, especially considering the fact that he came to West Virginia as a defensive lineman. I believe, back in the Tony Gibson, I think Tony Gibson was the one that recruited him. He was part of, that regime and that staff. And then, transitioning over to the offensive line when Neil Brown and company got here and playing offensive line extensively throughout his career and really developing into a good player and what became a good unit for the Mountaineers this season, arguably probably their strongest unit on offense, if that even is arguable at this point. But he was a part of that and part of a lot of, Mountaineer football games that we all took in over the past 3 to 4 years. So shout out to James Gmiter. Once a Mountaineer, always a Mountaineer. Hope whatever he does in life, he lands on his feet and continues to be successful, and I'm sure that he will. But wanted to take this video to address that. So Thomas Remick takes over as the Mountaineer starter at left guard, performed admirably in recent weeks. Redshirt freshman, going to continue to develop for the future there at that position, and the Mountaineers, I'm sure, will add more depth along the offensive line along the way. as James Gmiter kind of takes away from the depth that they had there at the guard position on the offensive line. But we know Brandon Yates can play guard on the offensive line as well if need be, and we've seen him have to do that at a couple points throughout this season. But nonetheless, point of the video, James Gmiter moving on from West Virginia football, retiring, and wishing him the best moving forward. But having said that, appreciate you guys tuning in here for this WVU Sports News update here on the Country Roads Webcast channel. Do us a favor before you head out of this video. Hit the like button if you haven't already. It'll really help its performance and help future videos performances here on the channel. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. Helps us, helps you, helps get more of this Mountaineer sports content out to Mountaineer Nation. Having said that, as always, I'm Jordan Cruz. And until next time, let's go, Mountaineers.